Late good evening, everybody. Happy blessed Wednesday. Happy blessed Wednesday, y'all. Come on in for a brief moment. Wanted to talk tonight about Carlee Russell, you all. And big shout out to the folks in all the people in Hoover, might I say Hoover, Alabama, you all. Hoover, Alabama. Big shout out to the community of Hoover, Alabama. That actually band together, that actually came together like real people, you all. It's very seldom do we get some fast action in one of these abductions, one of these cases where you might have an Amber Alert. They are actually now trying to do an Ebony Alert, you all. And this is something that is strictly designed for Black females, you all. This was the most disappointing case of the year. So I want to kind of come on briefly and kind of talk about what kind of bothered me in this particular case, you all. Again, man, this was a very crazy case where this young lady in Hoover, Alabama, happened to allegedly see a baby walking down the highway of Alabama, you all. Now, in this ordeal, in this incident where she had perceived to see a child, the lady went on ahead and jumped out the car and faked it all. Just flat out faked it all. Just flat out lied to the community, lied to the people that actually cared. And this is one of the reasons why I want to give a big ups to the people of Alabama. They are actually known to be somewhat of a prejudiced place, you all. But mind you, these particular people put all these rumors and skepticism to the side to actually come out and do what we actually do as human beings, you all. And that's help others, And I'm, was very impressed by this particular community and the efforts they made to actually find this young lady, you all. When it all comes to find out she had cried wolf, and this was a very sad incident to me. I kind of want to talk about her beta male father, you all. And this was the most disappointing thing to me because, when this man came on, he kind of let his wife do all the talking, which was very strange to me. Usually when men, we even as absentee fathers, we always hope for this day when we can be the hero of our children, when we can actually be the heroes of one of our daughters, you all. So this was very, like I said, disturbing to me as a father to actually see him behave in such a manner. Now, mind you, after his daughter was allegedly abducted, this man had perceived to me to actually had more feelings for the people who allegedly kidnapped his daughter. This was the biggest and most strangest thing to me because, again, when anyone, any male, any man out there, whether he had been just an uncle, or a great grandfather or anybody, man, like I said, who would actually let their child be abducted and you not wanting to know anything about them, you all. Man, that was the most strangest thing to me. But again, her mother continued to lie, continue to kind of egg on this situation. And she was the one who said that she was going to pray her home. And God is a just God. He is omnipresent. He is everywhere. And when you use God in ways such as this, you all. Again, this was a very disappointing thing to me. I want to come on actually yesterday and kind of talk about this, but I want to go ahead on and give the young lady and her family an extra day to kind of let things unfold, get them out, and actually not jump the gun on these people, you all. again, if you are joining me for the first time, usually all the time, I usually come on and read the news article, but tonight we have no news article to actually read, you all. But I do want to share a brief news clip of her parents, you all, as they did exclusive interview for, I believe, a CBS or one of these high-powered news anchors, you all. So again, I want to share that with you all. But again, man, it was very disappointing to see this man as a father play the role that he was actually playing, you all. Because again, the mother, she took over the conversation. She just kept going on and on. Kind of over talking the man, and that's what's embarrassing. And again, crazy to me and very disappointing that he did not speak up for himself. He did not say a word in reference to his daughter, but they kind of need some privacy. She's shocked and shook up and all this kind of stuff. And just the mother and her actions and how she went on and on to say that she warned her daughter of things such as this, and she said the exact thing that she warned of. A baby walking down the highway. Now, we very rarely see this. Probably is one. It's probably the chances of that is actually the same chances as hitting the Powerball. It's probably 1 in 200,000 or 1 in 200 million or something. This is a strange odd number, you all. But again, because she had mentioned the baby and things of this nature, you all, it kind of brought everybody up in this particular situation, which made the situation a lot worse, might I say. Again, man, this was one of the saddest stories that I seen, because the big fam and everybody, all the bloggers and people of this nature, they all was on deck. Everybody was behaving in a manner that they should, everybody want to give alert. Everybody want to be of some kind of help, any kind of help you can be. If it was just reposting the news itself, because we actually want to bring this lady home safely when she had a whole plan all together to carry out these plans, and put these plans together. Now, I don't know if her parents was actually on it from the start, but everything the mother said implies her to have been in the whole story the whole time, you all, because it's like I said, again, it was too many things that she had actually said to kind of give us the impression that she knew all the while what was actually going on, you all. So again, copyright disclaimer, Title 17 USC Sections 107. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is permitted by the copyright statute and might otherwise be infringed. Non-profit, education, and personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. It tips the balance in favor of fair use, you all. So again, if you are joining me just now for the first time, again, we are talking about Carlee Russell and her parents, you all. Again, man, this was a very sad thing to me. Just very sad the way it actually unfolded, man, especially when it's so hard to get these Amber Alerts. It's so hard to actually get everybody on deck. It's so hard to actually have a community to actually come together when a Black girl is missing or a Black girl is lost, you all, because mind you, they always tell you to wait 24 hours, to wait 1 week, or they always give you some kind of excuse about a young sister or a young girl that's that age, or between the ages of 12 and 16, 12 and 25. They kind of sweep these girls up under the table as though they may all had left on their own, or they may have gone off with a boyfriend or something of this nature, again, to play as though you've been a victim of an abduction, to play as though somebody had kidnapped you. That is not a game to play with anybody, you all. And again, her parents had gave the perception that she had been raped and so forth and so on. Now, little Carlee, she had kind of told her story, as it unfolded today. And, the officer saying that she had jumped out of 118 wheeler, then jumped in another car. Then they took her somewhere. They made her get naked. They took pictures of her. Another woman played in her hair. Then she escaped like 2 or 3 times in this story. So again, man, this was a very crazy story to tell the police, a very crazy story to come up with. And in fact, if anybody is out there actually thinking of something like this, I suggest you think again, you all, because now her family is going to be facing criminal charges. I'm more than sure that Carlee is going to face criminal charges here down the line, and maybe even her parents also, you all. Again, I absolutely believe they should. This is no game to ever play, you all, because again, this could have been any one of us. This could be any one of our children. And then again, if something does happen to one of our kids and we want to make some kind of alert, we want to get the news media and the bloggers and all the people that's on the internet to kind of come in and help us, man, who is going to actually believe these people the next time something may happen that's absolutely true? Again, it's nothing at all to play with. And again, I want to kind of come in and go in on the parents again, you all, because again, her mother had took over the conversation. And this one thing about being a beta male, you all, being a passive person, and it's one thing also that I want to say. I mean, no matter, even myself, I'm not the best speaker, might I say. I find it hard to put some words together. A lot of times I'm overthinking, and instead of more so, I wouldn't say that I'm not being myself. It's just you have to kill yourself. You have to become what Christ intended for us to be. So I don't want to come on here speaking vulgar. And again, I'm not the best speaker. But what I was trying to say is that never let a woman speak for you. And this is one of the things, was one of the biggest telltale signs to me, especially being in a relationship. Even though you may be a male and you may not be the best speaker, you may be someone like myself that actually stumble over his words. You may be as though the prophet was, Moses and so forth and so on. He couldn't speak, and God had to get his brother to kind of actually speak for him, you all, in certain situations. But here again, if you are one of these men like myself that kind of grew up in the hood, you don't have all the right things to say. Say what you need to say anyway. It may not come out right, but it will be authentic and genuine, you all. So again, never let these women speak for you, man. This is one thing that you must know as a man. A lot of women, they want to kind of be in control and kind of speak for everybody. But again, man, I'm pretty sure this was nothing like this man's character. This was nothing that he would have ever done on his own. But here we had these dominant females. He got I'm not sure what type of person Miss Carlee was, but I can only imagine her mother and the type of woman that she actually is, because again, she did all the speaking and all the talking. He never had a chance to say much of nothing. He just kind of shook his head, whatever, yeah, to the hospital, but still, then again, there you go. When you let this kind of thing happen, man, they may say anything, man. Nobody can ever express themselves the way that you can actually express yourself for people to actually understand what you are actually trying to say. Even though it may not come out as good and as clear as you hoped it would be. Even myself, I hear a lot of people speak, and they are actually great speakers. I always hope to be a better speaker, and I try to practice on some of these things, man. But this was one of the things that I want to say about being an alpha male or a beta male, being passive and kind of letting your woman take control, and then she gets you into a worse jam than you were actually in before she started speaking, and this is one of the things that I want to say, again, it's sad to see how a mother played a big role in this particular story, you all, and it was, like I say, man, this was sad and disgusting, if you ask me, you all. So again, they are absolutely going to have to pay for this, because they had so many people come out, spend gas money. They had these different type of I want to say equal search teams, but different teams, search teams, so forth and so on. Man, these people spent a lot of money in a short amount of time. I mean, doing the right thing, doing what they were actually all called to do. But then again, when you have people that this was one of the reasons why I wanted to give a big shout out to their community, because when people actually put their differences to the side to do what's right for the greater good of everyone, and this is what this community actually had done, you all. So again, I can never say enough to this little small little city, wherever Hoover, Alabama actually is, y'all. I never been there, but like I said, I just want to say thank you to the community that actually came out, because they actually had done the right thing, you all. So again, I'm gonna share a brief news clip, and I did put it in the link below so that people can always go back and check over what I'm actually saying, you all. But then again, this was sad, man, because her mother went on to say that she believed that Carlee was abducted, and that the abductors, the people who had actually taken her, were still out there. And this was another lie, man, something that she should have never said, because that was, again, our biggest concern. That was the first thing I thought. Well, what about the other girls? What if it was some girls left behind and they was all tied up and chained up, or in a back room, in a room, or a certain part of the house where she had been abducted? They had other people in different parts of the house, man. There's all kind of things that could have actually happened. Then for this woman to say she had them broken loose, it don't matter about the kidnappers, like as though they had them retired. And this is one of, like I said, it's one of the things that bothered me so bad, because her father, as being a father, not even being the best father, again, we all wait for that perfect time where we can possibly be the hero of our children, and this is one of the things that was kind of disgusting to me, that he would actually say, some of the things that he had said, which was a little or nothing. But again, for a father to not actually see, man, I would have been looking for these people up and down the street, and called everybody I could have called. And had I not had any kind of weapons and beat the police over there, I would have went over there with a stick, a pool stick, a baseball bat, a slingshot, a boomerang, man, I ain't lying, a bow and arrow or anything, man. I'd have been trying to get them people. And this was something that this father never showed. He never showed to be a beta male father. He never showed no type of protection or concern, if you ask me, you all. Then again, for them to have more compassion for the kidnappers themselves, man. It was crazy thing and something that I would never understand. Again, don't know what possessed her to actually do such a thing like this. Why she would want to fake seeing a baby on the road, why she want to fake being kidnapped? Who want to fake being abducted and kidnapped? This is nothing, no way to actually treat the family and the people that care about you, especially when you have a whole community and different platforms, different internet people actually coming together on your behalf. And again, this girl went from a hero to a zero, again, so very fast. And I'm pretty sure this is going to affect their family for a long time. Maybe even where her parents work at, man. Who wants to actually hire a liar? And who want to have someone on their job walking around that had already made up a story such as this one? Ain't no telling what'll go on these particular jobs. And I'm not sure that if here in the near future that her parents may also lose their jobs, you all, because again, man, this was a crazy situation, very sad for these people to actually pretend in this type of manner, you all. So again, I'm gonna go ahead on and share the news clip, the most exclusive one where her parents was talking again. Something that was very disgusting to me, man. So.
The parents of 24-year-old Carlee Russell are speaking out, describing the moment their daughter appeared on their doorstep after being missing for more than 48 hours. What did you do when you saw her?
We tried to hug her as best we could, but I had to stand back because she was not in a good state. So we had to stand back and let medical professionals work with her. But it's
Last Thursday, police say Carlee called 911 to report a toddler walking alone on the interstate. She pulled over while on the phone with a family member who described hearing Carlee scream.
Her vehicle's unlocked, running, all her personal belongings except for her phone.
On the scene, police found no sign of Carlee or a child, and they say no children were reported as missing during that time period. The Russells waited in agony until Saturday night.
There were actually just so many calls and texts from people who maliciously lied to us. I just didn't know people could be so evil.
Authorities had not
and then she talking about people lying on her, man. Y'all the ones doing the lying. Again, man, and she fake crying and everything, man. What kind of mama is that? What kind of mama would encourage her daughter in such a lie? Again, man, she had no morals, no principles, no ethics, nothing of this nature. You all, again, man, no mother with. This was very embarrassing, man. For a father to just be sitting up there letting her say all this, instead of saying what had actually happened, man. Nobody play like this. This is not a cool game. This is not nothing that nobody should partake in, you all.
48 hours she was missing, or what happened. Her parents declined to share what their daughter told them, citing the ongoing investigation.
And can you tell me what happened Saturday night? Did you just get a knock at the door?
Anything leading to the case itself, we can't discuss that.
But they say speculation about the circumstances surrounding Carlee's disappearance are only making things worse.
She's having to deal with the trauma of people just making completely false allegations about her.
Her family now urging the
Now, you're going to have to deal with the trauma because all the allegations that people are going to be making is going to be about you. Again, man, who encourages their daughter to act in such a manner, to kind of portray herself in this way. I'm not sure we will ever see Carlee again, but we make can get her mama out there to tell us a few more lies. Again, good job, mama, because you was the real MVP. Again, man, this was very sad, and like I said, even out of the three people, her father was the most disappointing to me, you all, because again, man, no one would just sit by and let their daughter be raped or abducted or whatever may have been happening. And even if you're not the most toughest father, you're not the most toughest person in the world, I mean, to kind of actually show more concern than he actually did, you all, because there's no way for any parent to want to protect the kidnappers or rapists or whoever it may be. I mean, how can you have more concern for them in a case as though you doing something helpful to the police? Nothing was helpful about this situation. Nothing was actually believable. I mean, as a people took the time out to kind of actually give these people the benefit of the doubt. Again, I wanted to come on yesterday because I had a whole lot of things that I actually wanted to say, and it may have came out wrong, but again, we want to give them the benefit of the doubt to kind of be sure of what actually was going on. Again, this mother kept on playing and playing as though she was telling something good, as though she was saying some good things, and it turned out to be worse and worse. It's one thing my grandmother used to say a long time ago: boy, don't you be out there lying, because if you tell one lie, you're gonna have to tell another one and another one, then you're gonna have to tell another one to cover up for that lie, and it go on and on. And this is kind of one of the things that has happened. This wasn't no small white lie. This was a big lie. And then, they had to tell more lies and more lies and more lies to kind of cover up what they had already started. This situation went from sugar to shit. I said it went from sugar to crap. But again, man, it got worse and worse because this was something that you should not have done. This was something that you should not have involved everybody in, y'all should have kind of played this game at home amongst yourselves, and then y'all may have had a better outcome. A lot of things were strange about this case, even the reward. They had came up with the reward money so fast in this particular case. It had went up to actually $50,000. Now, had anybody dropped her home, besides her walking home or sneaking home, however she got home, they would have actually gotten this money. They would have collected this reward, had they saw her, because it's a free reward for anybody with information that could lead to an arrest or the whereabouts of Carlee herself, you all. Again, this was very strange. And even when a person is in an emergency situation, they don't have to be abducted or kidnapped, but just a regular emergency. As soon as you break a loose, as soon as you get away, you're going to go to the safest person, first person you see. White, black, Chinese, or Mexican, you're going to stop them people and ask them, can you use your phone? Can you call the police? Can you get some help? Because, you are so frightened, leaving any kind of situation that is a threat to your life. So, again, man, this case was twisted just from the start. And very sad, man. Again, very sad to me.
But mentioning an abductor, her mother asking to read a brief message to the public.
Carlee has given detectives her statement so that they can continue to pursue her abduction.
Do you believe that there's an abductor still out there?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
NBC News has reached out.
And she talking about absolutely. And there go daddy. Okay, baby. Okay. It's a whole lot I want to say about her daddy, y'all, but I'm just not that person no more, Again, man, it's a whole lot of ill things I actually want to say, but nah, man, we have to, keep everything into perspective, you all, and display the character of Christ, the best that we can, you all. So again, man, I didn't want to hold everybody too long. Just wanted to kind of come on here and talk about how disappointing it was to see a father with no concern after his child had been abducted, you all. So again, man, this was a very sad and disappointing thing to me, man, because I wanted her to come home safe and glad that she did make it home safe, you all. But again, man, these type of actions cannot go unpunished, and I hope they make some type of an example out of the whole family, so people don't play no games like this no more. It's a very serious thing when an Amber Alert is called. They didn't have to call an Amber Alert in this situation, you all. But again, it's very few, very rare that they are actually all on board, that people actually come out to look for one of these black sisters, you all, because again, she could have actually ran away with somebody or anything of this magnitude. But again, then man, this girl had looked up tickets and things online where she could even possibly left the country. No telling how long she was going to continue to play this particular game. You all had, they had gotten further into their lives without the police actually picking it apart. Maybe they was gonna collect the money that everybody was sending in from GoFundMe. Man, there's so many things that could have actually gotten worse, you all. But again, man, I didn't want to hold everybody too long. I just want to kind of come on here and briefly talk about this. I do have my family over, you all coming to visit, and I got a new grandbaby up in the clique, y'all. So again, man, another baby boy, and here shortly in maybe 2 or 3 weeks, y'all, I'm expecting another grandbaby. Yep, another baby girl. So again, y'all keep me in prayer, keep my family in prayer, and I hope to see y'all soon. God for Christ, gang. Peace. Blessings, y'all. Later.